Hello, welcome everyone, wherever you are, however you are, whatever you are. Thank you all for joining me on this very first episode to a brand new series that I am starting up. If any of you have followed me on social media or have talked to me directly, you would know that this has been a project in the back of my mind for quite a while, and it has taken me a long time to actually get something done. So, um, after having countless countless days and months pass by and not actually doing anything, and on top of that, a couple other you know additional members added to the family taking up my time, I finally have been able to dedicate sometimes during the evening to actually be able to record something, at least get something done. It is also just time for me to get off my butt and instead of just thinking about getting this going, actually doing something about it. So, uh, here we go. We are starting a brand new series today. But first, before I even tell you guys what this series is about, for those who don't know about me or who I am, I will just give you a little bit of a quick summary. Uh, Hello, my name is Daniel Coles. I am a Christian. I am a believer in Jesus Christ. I have been a believer for pretty much my whole life, but have rededicated myself to following him for almost 10 years now. It has changed my life for the best, and I cannot emphasize enough just how great he has been in my life. I am a husband. I married my wife for about almost 3 years now, and we have been seeing each other for almost 4 years now. She is amazing. She is a huge, huge part of um, just a lot of the good things that has happened lately. Um, she, oh man, it's hard to really explain or even just share just how great she is. But all in all, she's an amazing woman. She's the most beautiful woman ever. I apologize to all the men out there who say that they have the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm sure you do, but mine is the most beautiful one. Anyway, so I'm a Christian, I'm a husband, and I am a father. I am a father of three beautiful kids. Uh, Two of those kids that have been introduced to our families in the past year. We have two under the age of 2, or two under the age of uh, 15 months. Um, One of them, our youngest, our daughter, was just born 2 months ago. So that also contributes to the fact that I haven't had a whole lot of time to prepare or even have a lot of time dedicated to shooting something for this series. But now that things are starting to at least settle in and we're getting into the groove of having 3 kids in the house, um, I'm now finally being able to sit down and do something. I'm excited. Um, so I'm a Christian, I'm a husband, and I'm a father. And I have 3 passions in my life that I can spend hours upon hours talking about without breaks or being bored. Those 3 passions in this order: there's Jesus, family, and movies. In that order. I can, for those who have talked to me and have known me for a while, you know that that is 100% true. I can speak on end because that is where my heart lies the most. Those 3 things. I love Jesus with all my heart because he has given me everything in order for me to have a renewed heart. I love my family very much because I see the joy and I see the excitement, I see the challenge, but I also see the glory of God shining through a family, whether it be through siblings, through parents, or even your own family with a spouse and your children. And I also love movies and film very much. I have loved films for quite a long time, and ever since I was a kid, I fell in love with just the stories. I would watch a lot of the behind the scenes on how movies and these stories were made, which made me excited and want to make my own films. And I still have that type of dream of, being a filmmaker one day. I got a chance to make my own short films when I was in college, and I'm very thankful and grateful for those years. And maybe one day I would love to make a feature length film. I don't know what that would look like or how that would come to be, but as of right now, I I have a couple of short films under my belt, and I have thought about what I can use this passion for movies for and an external value, or even just an outlet of a way for me to express my thoughts and my love for films, because there's a lot of great films out there, and there ain't a whole lot of people to talk about it outside of my own family. So I had this idea for a series, a podcast series that will also have YouTube counterparts. The video parts of this will be released on YouTube. But I had this idea for a series. I wanted to make a series where I could analyze, review, discuss, and share some of the positive aspects of movies that I watch. All movies have something that is good that people can enjoy. And I've always enjoyed and appreciated looking at the positive things, and just the simple things, the simple aspects and uh, areas of films that sometimes can easily be overlooked or aren't really brought up as much in conversations. So I want to record these type of conversations that I would have with others, and I want to share it all with you. So imagine when I am talking and reviewing movies, imagine it's me having a one-on-one conversation with you. So I hope you just enjoy and sit back and just be braced for the fact that I will talk a lot and share a lot, because there is so much to go over. So this series, I thought of what to call this series, but this series will be called, wait for it, WILA. It's an acronym. It's WILA, and it stands what it stands, or it's an acronym for what I like / love about. So every episode from here on out, it will have WILA in the title, and then it will have a title of a movie. And when it's said out loud, it will say what I like about blank, or what I love about blank. So why did I want to make this series? Well, as I said, I love movies very much. I fell in love with the art of filmmaking and just the excitement that can come from putting a lot of effort into crafting something that comes out a lot better than you can expect, and people react to it in a very positive and uplifting way. I also love the creativity that goes into making movies. I love the creativity and the results of these movies. It's very much enjoyable. It's a huge medium. It's a huge art form that is well known across the whole world. Across the countries, continents, people have their own movies that are released yearly. Some big, some small. No matter what, people know what movies are. And I love movies very much, and I want to spread positivity and praise for movies. Lately, especially with the rise of the internet and the accessibility that people can have to different voices and opinions across the web, I have noticed that, and tend to notice that, A lot of the feedback, or at least a lot of the voices that are listened to the most, that people tune in into, are somewhere of like the negative or the harsh type. I don't know why. I can't really explain it why, but there is definitely a draw towards a harsh critic or even the negative critic towards any type of thing, whether it be food, uh, celebrities, I don't know, car design, you name it. People tend to think about, or at least they tend to gravitate a little bit more towards the negative side of things. And I'm not saying that they're wrong for doing that. I just see that there is a little bit too much of going to the negative. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't enough of the positive or even uplifting type of reviews of those same things. There are. It's just you hear a lot more of the negative sides, and I just want to approach movies particularly in the more positive side, because when I watch a movie, I try to think about all the people um, who have worked behind the scenes, those who have worked in the pre-production, who have worked in the production and in post-production. I've worked on a handful of short films of my own, and even with some of my friends from college. Just with the short films alone, it is not an easy feat. It is sometimes some of these projects take a lot of work. And, I want to let people know that I appreciate the work that went into them. Even if a movie turns out to be poorly received, bad, terrible, you name it, if it is universally just uh, a bad movie, I still think that there is something in there in that type of movie that you know can deserve a little bit of praise, just to offer some encouragement and some feedback, whether it be like, hey, I may not have enjoyed this movie altogether, but I liked this part of the movie. That's what I want to bring. I've had this idea for a while, uh well over like the past couple years actually. Shortly after I got married, I don't know, the thought came into my head of like, what can I do about this longing to talk about movies and even just my passion for movies? How can I do this in a way where I can do it from home, somewhat cheap, affordable, and accessible? And I felt strongly in my heart recently to start pursuing this podcast series. So um, I have so much to say. I have so much inside my head that I just want to share. But there is not many people and not a whole lot of time to share. And for those who have had long conversations with me, I can spend like 3 hours about a movie, a small little section of the movie, and just barely getting started. So, um, this is a great way for me to kind of just flood some of those thoughts out to you guys. So, I wanted to make WILA for the sole reason of sharing some things that I just love about movies. And hopefully some of you guys may share the same thoughts and opinions as well. And if you don't, well, hopefully this can encourage you, at least kind of introduce a whole new perspective. And if it changes your mind, cool. If it doesn't, cool. I'm just here to share what I like. So, a couple things. I want to clarify some things before I give you guys a rundown of what an episode of WILA will look like. First and foremost, I will not, as best as possible, delve into what I dislike. It's not, I'm not saying that talking about what you dislike about a movie is terrible. Uh, again, I have things that I don't like about movies, even the ones that uh, I praise, excessively about or just ramble on about. There are things about movies in every single movie that rightfully can be critiqued. That is the case for every single piece of art. We as humans are not perfect whatsoever. We are, we have, our own struggles. We have shortcomings. Uh, we have breaks. We have pauses. we just have, a little bit of we have a lot of learning to go through. Not every there's never been one single person that has learned everything that there is and is perfect at everything. The only person that actually has been perfect and has never been broken or even bad in any sense of the way is Jesus long ago. But that was over 2,000 years ago. And even then, before then, there hasn't been a single man, woman that has never done anything wrong. So even to this day, when we try to create something in art, there are going to be some things that people do not like. That is just the collective uh, sentiment and approach to art, and in this case movies in general. There may be a movie that people universally love, and then a group of people don't like it. So it's just going to happen. But my focus is not on what I dislike about movies. There will probably be some instances and moments where I actually will emphasize or even specify something I dislike about a particular movie. But if I do that, what I want to do is to use what I dislike to help highlight what I do like. So I want to take the negativity of that movie and use it as a way to highlight and emphasize what what the positivity is. So that's what I'm going to try to do my absolute best on. I just want to keep it more to the positive aspect. So it's not wrong to dislike a movie. I just like liking movies more. Another thing I'll clarify: this series, you can call it a review series. Yeah, it's a review series, but I like to think of it more as a film appreciation series. It is a review of movies, a collection of movies, but it's a summary and a recollection of highlights and praises. I also want to let you guys know, I'm not trying to undermine criticism or make fun of other ideas and thoughts. As I said before, there is nothing wrong with criticism. It's important. It's how art improves. It's how artists improve on their craft. We need criticism in our lives, because if we try to live our lives without criticisms, we fall short of our potential. As I said, I have criticism. I have criticisms that I have shared in the past, and I'll have criticisms that I can share in the future. But again, I want to take those criticisms to again highlight what I did like and what I can praise about the movie. I don't believe that I don't believe in the sentiment or even just in the phrasing of there's nothing about this movie that is good or can be enjoyed. There's always something good to like in every movie. There is. It's true. Even if it's just, I like this particular shot, or I like this particular light. I liked how that character said it. There you go. There's something good to like. And speaking of those things, the things I like, I want to clarify the things that I like can literally be anything. This is what I'm excited about for this series, which is also going to be a really big challenge for me to try to not get too lost in it. But the things I like, they literally can be anything. They can range from cinematography to lighting to an actor's expression, to jokes, to a full deep analysis, you name it, etc. No matter how big or small, if I like it, I will most likely include it. It probably will be tedious. I'm going to work as hard as I can to try not to get off track, but I think it is worth the positivity and shining the light on it. A couple other things, last couple things I want to clarify. I will not be rating movies out of 10. I do not want to be that kind of series that says this movie deserves Seven clams out of 10 starfish or clams or anything like that. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Horrible movie. You name it, like burn it to heck or something. I don't want to do that. Again, this is just, this series is called What I Like About. Every single movie is, there's going to be something I like about. That's the focus. Um, and then the important thing, last important thing I want to clarify and let you guys know, there will be some movies that I will not review. I will not pick up. I will not watch, not touch anything whatsoever. Um, some specific genres or content I am very cautious and usually stay away from. A couple of those ones are usually like horror movies. I'm not that big of a fan of horror movies, although I have seen some horror movies, but they tend to be a little bit more towards the thriller aspect of it. What I do like about said of those genres, especially of late in the past like 5 years, it's mainly the filmmaking side, the production side, cameras, the sound, lighting. You can find a lot of creativity in the genre, but because of my faith in Jesus and my faith in God, I am very cautious about what I watch because in the Bible, it does tell us about we ought to be careful about what we look at with our eyes because the eyes are the windows to our soul. So be careful, little eye, what you see. There have been some movies and some stories that, I can just look at the cover and I just feel a tug from the Holy Spirit in my heart that says, no. And I have to respond to that because I have no idea what that can do to my heart, to my mind. So I'm very cautious and very careful about what I watch. If you request or are hoping for a movie for me to watch and I say no because of my faith or I just do not have peace about it, then just no. That is the reason why my faith in God is how I want to live my life, and I don't want to live aimlessly. I want to be very intentional with my relationship with Him. So that means what I'm ingesting in my day-to-day life. So like the horror genre, like another genre like the raunchy or the more adult themed type movies I'm going to typically kind of stay away from. So once again, if you request a movie that I will not watch, I will be transparent about it. I will let you know. And if there's any confusion, if anything like that, I'd be happy to, delve into another time. So those are some things I need to clarify on. First, let me get a couple seconds. I need to drink some water. I'm not used to talking this long in a microphone without breaks. So give me 1 second. Okay. Let me quickly go into some goals for this series. This is brand new for me, so I have some specific goals that I would like to eventually reach. But as of right now, again, a father of now 3 kids, a job in the oil field, where my hours kind of can be a little bit unpredictable. I have no idea when I actually will be able to achieve some of these goals, if ever. But I have to work with what I have right now. But I want to give you guys at least a little bit of a realistic, at least let me just go over the goals that I have for WILA. So first off, I want to try to stick to a consistent upload schedule. I don't want to fall short on that. I don't want to procrastinate on recording an episode and releasing it. I mean, what does that schedule look like? What's the schedule that works best for me right now? I mean, preferably my dream and my goal is to do 5+ episodes a week. Love to reach that point where I can just review movies, make a recorded video about it, upload it for you guys to watch, maybe like one a day. from Monday through Friday. That would be great. I would love for something like that. That'd be kind of like a dream come true at this moment. But uh, again, 3 kids. um, realistically, I want to try what probably would be the better schedule for me to do, at least in this first year, um, like 2 to 3 episodes a week. Um, but who knows? Maybe at this point, it may just be one. So maybe 1 to 2 episodes a week. That's probably the most realistic. Also, I need to clarify. I need to uh, uh, let you guys know about this. Currently, I am sitting in the basement of our rental home. So, hello from the basement of our rental house. Uh, I don't know if you guys may have heard, but our air unit just kicked on. So while I'm down here recording videos as of now, you may hear just a little humming noise kicking in for a period of time. So I apologize. I just need to let you guys know um, just where I'm at. Hopefully that won't distract you. So uh, so anyway, with this with whatever update schedule or upload schedule that I can stick to, um, I want to I want to keep you guys updated about what episodes I want to do, what episodes I can be recording, or what you guys can expect. I will have some ways through social media and even like whether through YouTube, Instagram, or even just I don't know. I can probably try to come up with some sort of was it like a what's the term through emails like newsletters of some sort where I can give like an updates for those who want to who want to be a part of that if I can find if I even know how to make something like that. But just to kind of give you guys keep you guys updated in the loop so that way you're not waiting for so long. And what I also want on top of updating you guys about the episodes, I also want to take feedback. I would love feedback from you guys. You guys can send in requests of movies to review, or even just share some things that you like about movies. The movies I talk about, you can share like, hey, I agree with this. This is my favorite part. This is what I liked about this, and maybe some things I missed. It's possible, but I want to hear back from you guys. I want to keep connected as much as possible. I think that'd be really good for a series like this to grow. Um, I want to try to be up to date on a lot of new releases in movies or in movie theaters. Um, I will do my absolute best. Uh, how that can work out, uh, who knows? I have a I have a lot of I have a lot to work around with my current schedule, but um, for like new releases that are released like every week or like in the theaters, I will do my I mean, again, I'd love to get to I would love to come to a point where I can go every week to watch new releases in theaters, but that won't be the case right now. But if I when I do go to the theaters um, for a new release, there will be technically 2 episodes that I will make, or at least I will want to make about that movie. The first episode will be made about my initial thoughts, reactions, and notes that I can take down or I can remember best when I go to watch it in the theaters. And down the line, whenever it is released on DVDs or even on the streaming services, I will have the chance to rewatch it again and give better reviews and analysis about the things that I liked. I'll be able to include a lot more things that I wasn't able to do in the theater itself. So just expect right now, starting from here onward, new releases in the movie theaters will most likely have 2 episodes about them. My initial thoughts from watching it in the theaters, and then later down the line when I actually am able to sit down and go through it scene from scene. And then the last goal for this series, again, this is something that will have to be it's not possible currently right now because I'm starting this up, but I would love to bring guests onto the show to talk about specific movies. Um, I've when I first announced to everybody through social media about starting up this podcast, I had friends reach out to me saying, "Hey, if you're if you need someone to talk about this particular movie, count me in." So I have. There are some people out there from friends and family who have expressed interest in wanting to be able to talk and share. And I think that's great. And I want to do that a lot. I want to bring in lots of guests to talk about movies because one, I want to give you guys, I would love to give you guys breaks so that way you don't have to hear me talk all the time. But I also like to bring other perspectives. I want to bring more voices in because they may they may share and even have an appreciation for something that I didn't necessarily have, or they give a whole new perspective and they open my eyes to things to this movie and it makes me look at it in a different way. I'm excited about that. I want to share that with them. I want to share it with you all. So if you if you have the chance or even want to be able to appear on an episode somewhere down the line, reach out to me. I'd love to make it work. So those are the goals for this series. Hopefully that's kind of realistic. It can easily change, who knows, but that's kind of like what I have in mind. So now that the goals and the clarifications for this series are out of the way, I want to quickly run through what you can expect a WILA episode to look like. So here is the outline of what a WILA episode will be. First and foremost, there's the intro. I will start off by saying, welcome to WILA, the series where I discuss and talk about the things I like about movies. I am your host, Daniel Coles, and today we will be talking about blank. I will then go into the production credits. I will credit the director or directors, the writers, the production company, the distributor, and the MPAA rating, whether it's G, PG, PG-13, R, NC-17, which would probably most likely not be the case, but those ones. After that, I will share a short story about my own personal experience with the film, if there is a story to share. I may share about something that happened at the theaters or something where a place where I watched it. Or, I was talking with somebody and they brought this up and that's what got me to watch it. Whatever the case is, if there is a story to share about a movie that I've had to this movie, I would like to share just to kind of, show what my personal connection to it is. After the introduction, it will go into the spoiler-free section. I want to respect those who do not want to be spoiled about movies that they want to watch. So I want to dedicate the spoiler-free section just to talk about the good aspects, the things I liked about movies, summarize them without giving specific details away. Just basically have different categories that I will go through, the vague descriptions of it. Whether it be the themes, the story, the characters, the cinematography, it could just basically be my reaction to them. You might just hear my reaction, and that convinces you enough, then great. Then you don't have to. Then don't stick around for the spoilers, and then go watch the movie. So after I talk about the spoiler-free section, I will give a spoiler warning. For those who do not want to be spoiled, I will give you guys like a 10 to 15 or 20-second segment in between the spoiler-free and the spoiler section. So that way, if you want to leave, you can quickly leave. Thank you for joining. And that's it. So after that, I'll go into the spoilers. So from this, I will summarize. The first thing I'll do in the spoilers is I will summarize the whole storyline, the whole plot from beginning to end. This very much will be spoilers included because, again, it's about the main plot points. After I share the whole story, I may go back and I may revisit the spoiler-free section, and I may elaborate more in those categories with spoilers from the movie itself. The bulk of these episodes, the main parts of these WILA episodes will be spent in the spoiler section. So, just forewarning for you guys all. If you don't like spoilers, just join me for the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long it takes for the spoiler free. And because the spoilers itself will go through the whole movie, because I'll be going through the whole movies and talking about the things I like in those for the whole movie, I'm going to try to be as quick as I can so it won't take a while in the spoiler section. I'm going to do my absolute best to. I have a tendency to get off track and just ramble on. So I am going to do my absolute best to try to stick to the scripts, stick to the outlines and the bullet points that I write for myself. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to do it for you guys. After I talk through the spoilers, I will then go into a section where I will talk about my favorite scene and my favorite character. I will share my favorite scene in the movie and maybe explain why. And then I will share my favorite character and explain why. After the favorite scene and the favorite character section, then it will go into the outro. And in the outro, I will summarize my overall and final thoughts about the film. Once I give my last summary and collection of thoughts, I will then close out these episodes with a closing line, and it goes by, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. God bless you all, and have a good day. And that's it. That's what you can expect for these episodes of WILA. That's the starting outline for these episodes. It could easily change. You never know. But that's what I want to do. That's what you guys can expect. So, anyway, welcome again to WILA. I hope you guys all enjoyed my my deep fun dive into, well, I hope you guys will enjoy my deep fun dive into movies and attempting to bring more positivity to movie outlooks. I'm excited to do this series. I hope you guys are excited too. I would love to hear back from you guys, to be included in this as much as possible. So I encourage feedback and involvement. Please reach out. Please, react or just engage or just be a part of this. I want you guys to be a part of this. I don't think I have anything else to share or even to explain. Yeah. I'm excited about this. Thank you so much for listening in to the introduction of WILA. My first review should be released now, so feel free to give it a listen whenever you guys finish this, whenever you guys have the time. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. So, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. God bless you all, and have a good day.